And we are live on Facebook and YouTube. Good evening, everyone. My name is Eric Mish, and I'm joined by a very good friend and business partner of mine, Coach Sandra, as she goes by, Sandra Cotto. She's a well-respected health coach and holistic practitioner here in the South Florida area. And we wanted to come live to you tonight about a very unique and special program that can support health coaches and holistic practitioners in their practice. And so we wanted to highlight some of the benefits of the program to you tonight, but we also wanted to hear a little bit about Coach Sandra's story and kind of how she got to this point. So, Sandra, you want to introduce yourself and share how long have you been a health coach and what brought you to the profession?
All right. Well, thank you, Eric. Good evening, everybody. I am Coach Sandra Cotto, and I'm happy to be here tonight talking about this with everybody here, especially those of you who are looking for your community or tribe and wanting to be a team player. Okay, so I've been a coach I think it's been about 8 years now that I've been a plant-based lifestyle coach. And, my journey really began about close to 12 years ago, where I did a 21-day challenge to go fully raw for all of those 21 days. I had been suffering for quite a few years with allergies and asthma, was on 4 medications every day for 20 years, have been in and out of the hospitals, taking, getting steroids, having to get treatments because my asthma was just really, really bad. And even with all the medications that I was taking, I was still experiencing a lot of these issues. So when I did this 21-day program, I love a challenge. I'm always about a challenge. I've been an athlete most of my adult life, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to do this. Meanwhile, I knew nothing about eating raw, I wasn't someone who ate really bad, but yes, I did have the occasional McDonald's and fast food. But what really attracted me to the program was the challenge and seeing what it could do for me, right? Changing my nourishment for 21 days, which was a radical change from the standard American diet. And at the end of that, I just felt fantastic. And I started learning about eating this way, eating 100% plant-based, eating whole foods. I love to cook in the kitchen and started sharing a lot of my recipes and what I was experiencing in my body, the changes that I was feeling. I had lost weight, my skin was glowing. I just felt like I had this energy. And, I'd always eat, growing up as a Latina, we eat a lot of fried foods and lots of meat and pork. And so it was a completely radical change from what I was used to. And I just felt so good that I really didn't want to go back to the way I was eating. And over time, I eventually weaned myself off of all of these medications. And so I was sharing, what I was eating on my social media on Facebook, and people were coming to me asking me, about what I was doing. And oh my God, you look great. And these meals look delicious. And this is plant-based eating. Like I would think it doesn't have any flavor. So anyway, with that said, I was like, you know what? I really love this. And I think I would like to go back to school and learn about holistic nutrition. And I was really, wanting to focus on real whole foods and trying to find the root cause of why I was feeling the way I was feeling. And all these medications that I was taking for all of these years really didn't help me because I was still experiencing all of these effects of this allergies and the asthma that I had dealt with. So I went back to nutrition school. I went to the Institute for Integrative Nutrition, which focuses on holistic ways of healing, right? All the different dietary theories from Ayurveda to plant-based to keto, you learn it all. And so I really felt that this would be something that was up my alley. I loved the new lifestyle that I was living, how I felt, and I wanted to share it with others and see if there was a way that I can help others. I felt like I needed a little something more than just the personal experience, what I had gone through, a little bit more of schooling and learning about it, and then went on to some other certifications from mindset coaching to plant-based eating certificate to a really intense leadership training for 5 months. And so that's what brought me to where I'm at today and wanting to really help people on their health and wellness journey.
Wow, that's an amazing story. And I
Thanks.
find that oftentimes people that are really passionate about health and wellness have a personal story as well, and you certainly do. So thanks for sharing that. So now, over the past 8 years or so, as you've been a health coach, you've, um, experienced some ups and downs and some challenges that many health coaches experience. You want to elaborate on that a little bit?
Yeah, absolutely. So, you go to school, you go to nutrition school, you're getting all this training, and then you're like, oh, I'm going to get my certification, I'm going to be a coach, and people are going to be knocking at your door to want to work with you, right? Like they're just going to magically appear and start saying, hey, Sandra, I want you to be my coach, right? So you're all excited, and then, you finish, you get out there, and of course, you're like, okay, now what do I do? I've got to get out there, right? I've got to
Yeah.
show my face. People got to know who I am. I've got to do my own advertising, my own marketing, come up with my own plan. How do I want this to be structured, right? Like you're excited about it and you're by yourself at the same time, right? It's like you're kind of like a lone wolf. You're out there just figuring it out. School gives you, some basic guidelines on the business aspect of it, but really it's more about, teaching you about all the nutritional stuff, right? And how you can coach and help people. So you've got all that, but then you get to this point where you're like, okay, now how do I get the clients, right? How
Right.
do I, turn what I do and what I love into people wanting to work with me? And so, it's been 8 years and I've run several, low cost programs, 21-day challenges, because that's where my journey began, is my 21-day challenge, and then into, one-on-one high ticket coaching. And I just
Mm.
felt like I was really working hard, working a lot, and not really seeing, or me hoping to see the result that I wanted to see being alone, right? Even though there was a time where I was working with a coach as well, but you're the entrepreneur, right? And entrepreneurship is really not for the faint, because it really takes a lot of consistency, dedication, commitment. And even on the days when you think, oh, can I really do this? Right? Like you start doubting yourself, but you know that your passion, and yet you love it. And one thing I've always, preached to my son, who is also now becoming an entrepreneur, it's like, don't give up, keep going. You will get there. But now finding Purium and finding this community has really been super supportive for me now, and not feeling like the lone wolf, right? The person who's by
Yeah.
themselves doing it on their own. It's possible, but you just feel like sometimes you're like, oh my goodness, if I just had someone that could be like my running partner, who is also aligned, that we can help each other, that would be so much more supportive.
Yeah, for sure. So let's get into that aspect of your journey now a little bit further, into how you found Purium and how you found this program specifically. You want to share a little bit more about that? When did that part of your journey start and how did it unfold?
Yeah. Well, of course, you introduced me to this amazing, amazing company 5 years ago. We met, it's so funny how everything comes full circle, but we met through a podcast that we did where they were, featuring plant-based individuals and what their story was like. And I think it was 30 days of 30, plant-based people. And anyway, we both were on that podcast. We connected somehow on social media, right? We met. Of course, we're aligned. We're in the same field. And so you had introduced me to Purium. And being an adult athlete, because I really wasn't much of an athlete as a child, but in my adult, life, I was getting into a lot of running and marathons, and we had that in common as well. You've been a runner and introduced me to these foods that were, just high quality, organic, real foods. And once I went through my nutrition school and through my training, realized even more how important it is to really choose, good ingredients, and things that are nutrient dense, right? Foods that are nutrient dense to continue on my athletic, journey of marathons and triathlons, and eventually getting on stage at the age of 51 to compete, that I've never done before. And so I love the fact that it was raw, it was organic, non-GMO, no, none of the artificial colors, flavors, fillers, all this stuff, and third party tested. And so I love that. Loved the fact that it was a really good, clean, whole foods. And so that right there, of course, was a super attraction to me, right? Is wanting to be able to really try these foods. And here we are 5 years later, and using it exclusively now, and really wanting to be a part of the business, right? Not just someone who's using the product, but someone who can also benefit from the community. Having another income, right? Another stream of income, which is residual income, and kind of expanding my financial portfolio, because it's so aligned. It's so aligned with everything that I believed, everything that I had studied, everything that I that my lifestyle is. It's perfect. And so now, it has supported me not only health wise, specifically just a quick example. And Eric, my dad passed in March, and before my dad passed, I was going to Georgia a lot to take care of him, on separate for 3 months, three separate occasions, really being there for him. And totally, it's very stressful living in the hospital. And I was really just started my ultimate lifestyle transformation, my 90-day program, where I was committed to it no matter what. And I'm proud of myself because I still stayed committed to those 90 days, even though I was going through what I was going through with my dad. But I have to say it was so beneficial because I was going through so much and was living in the hospital literally with my dad every day, that it was so easy to implement this program because I didn't really have to think about what I needed to eat, how I was going to buy food, bring it into the hospital. And for most people, most people know that hospital food generally is not the healthiest food. And so having these superfoods and my portable blender with me in the hospital really helped me get through a really difficult time in my life and stay healthy all through it. As I had 2 and 3 family members that became very ill because my dad had something that was, other people could catch, right? He had RSV, and I literally, and I still can't believe, well, I believe it because I know that I had my nutrition was on par, right? I was getting the nutrients and nourishing my body, even though I was experiencing the most stressful time in my life. And I didn't get sick through it. Didn't get sick through the whole time that I was there. And even after, my dad has passed, and I'm still, mourning my dad. And I'm happy that at least I've got these superfoods that are easy to mix up, and I know that I'm getting real whole organic food in my system, and that's what's been supporting me, and I'm so grateful for that.
Thank you for sharing all of that. One of the things I've always appreciated about you, Sandra, is your commitment to purity and high quality nutrition. And I knew when I introduced these to you, I knew it would be aligned because I knew what you stood for and I knew your reputation. And I also knew that you would have to see it for yourself and do a deep dive and really do your homework and investigation. So we spent quite a lot of time going over, all of the points and making sure that this checked the boxes for you before you started recommending it to your clients. And I know you thoroughly used the product for some time before you started recommending it. But then came a shift where you realized that this was something that complemented your practice in a great way to attract new customers, to better support your clientele, and to continue growing. So
Yeah.
what are your thoughts on, obviously, if there's a holistic practitioner out there, maybe a fitness instructor, personal trainer, health coach. There's so many people in that field, in that broad field of wellness. What would you say to them? And especially now, as we're entering, or we are in, not entering, a very difficult time in the economy where it's difficult to to build a high ticket or even sometimes a low ticket business. What would you say to them as to why they would want to take a close look at the Purium opportunity?
Well, number one, it aligns with, right, what we're looking for, health and wellness, ultimately, right, starting with what we choose to nourish our body with, right? So very, very, um, easy to incorporate that into the programs with my one-on-one clients, right? I don't have to come up with my own program. I was, creating, cookbooks, e-cookbooks to support my clients and and the challenges that I did. This is turnkey. It's got everything that you need. It explains everything to you, how it needs to be, done, and the support that you get, the schedule that you get to plug in. So it was really easy for me to implement that to my clients because I am a firm believer of, health really starts with what we choose to nourish our body with, right? That's like the foundation. It's we know that there's all these other things that go along with that, right? Our stress, our sleep, and all that. But this program actually has all of those components in it. And I don't really have to really think much about it because I already have vetted everything out. Like it's exactly aligned with what I'm looking for. And it's easy to implement with my clients. And with my current client right now, she saw amazing differences just in her sleep with one of the products that we have in the program. And she did the complete 90-day program, which you'll get the most optimal results when you do the 90-day program. But it was yeah, and then that it comes with a compensation plan too. So I love that it's just turnkey, easy, and it aligns 100% with what I believe in.
I hear from a lot of health coaches that it's getting increasingly difficult to scale their business because when you essentially you're on a time-based fee structure, there's only so many hours in a day. And so you can only spend so much time with individual clients before your schedule's full and you're capped out. And so having a scalable business that builds residual income and is leveraged is really key for health coaches, I feel like, and
Mhm.
holistic practitioners. So that's very helpful. So what are your goals now with your health practice, your health coaching practice, and your Purium business as you move forward? Where do you see it going?
Oh, well, I'm really excited about the future because, well, number one, doing a lot of events where I'm actually getting out and seeing more people, right? Versus the one-on-one client, right? Where, we know we can make an impact with that one client, but why not, 10 times that and expose other people to this very easy program that's super easy to implement in your life, that tastes great, that's good for you. So I love the fact that, and we have been teaming up a lot along with some other brand partners and doing what we call our superfood socials, really going out to partnering up with gyms, right? So I've already partnered up with LA Fitness. We've got Planet Fitness. We're going to be doing something with them. We've done UFC Gym. We've done Sweat 440. And I love that it gets me out in the community. So I'm like, getting to meet people within my community, within my area that I get to share the superfoods with, that hopefully I get to make an impact. And it's something that people are looking for. Sometimes they don't even know that they're really looking for it until they get there and they taste the products and they go, wow, this is amazing. And we do a little bit of the education. So I'm really, looking forward to doing additional, events out in town and hopefully find those other health coaches, the functional medicine doctors, chiropractors, yoga instructors, where they too themselves can use the product, feel good, and implement it in their practice or, their place of business where, we know most people are coming to a lot of these different places, yoga, right, to feel better, to stretch, chiropractor, whatever it is. But again, starting with the basic, right? The foods that we nourish our body with is really the beginning so that we can start feeling better everywhere. We talk about, the gut mind connection. And, if your gut is out of whack, right? And your gut is not feeling well, you're not going to be as sharp up here either. It's just the fact, right? So we get to go back to the basics of where it all starts and then build on it from there. You're just going to start feeling amazing. You're going to start being more in tune with your body, knowing what your body needs, how your body feels, making better decisions, being around like-minded individuals. And that's what I love about being a part of this community is like-minded individuals. I have been looking for my community for a long time. And I'm like, I want to find those people who are aligned with me to who take their health and wellness seriously, right? That they are into, feeling good, getting to the gym, getting movement, eating the right foods, which ultimately is going to, help in my thinking and being more in tune and finding more of those people to join our team, because we are definitely wanting to partner up with other people who are aligned. So anyone who's been feeling like they're looking for their tribe, or you've been a struggling coach where you're doing it on your own, and you feel like you're doing all this work and not really getting as far as maybe you'd like, why not join a team or a community that can help get you there a little bit faster, because you're going to be out and dealing with a lot more people and spreading the word and helping more people on their health and wellness journey.
I
So
love
that's
that.
what I'm excited about.
Yeah, and thank you for touching on the importance of community and specifically how this business model can create a community and deliver it to many people, the masses out there. So that's awesome. As we get close to the end of this live here in this recording, I just wanted to touch on briefly. Can we touch on briefly the compensation plan? And unfortunately, we don't have time to go into all the details because we have quite a robust comp plan with a lot of different uh, incentives and I call them bells and whistles, but there's a lot of different ways that a health coach, holistic practitioner can make money with this program. Uh, this is what I call the best of a robust affiliate marketing program with the benefit of a residual multi-level compensation plan. And that is super key. That's super key because obviously you can refer clients, you can refer them straight to the product. We have a unique gift card marketing system that makes it super easy to link the client to you. You can be compensated up to 20% or 20, actually even more, about 20 to 25% on purchases of product ongoing indefinitely. And I could tell you, I personally have customers that have been purchasing from me every month for the last 13 years. Now, some may not purchase all the time, but many do because of the quality of the product, and they're able to replace at least some of their food consumption with these high quality organic superfoods. We also have this incredible multi-layered compensation plan that pays through 8 levels. And that's amazing as well, because if you're interested in creating leverage that will give you the time and location freedom, you have the opportunity to build a team to sponsor and train and mentor other other coaches that can duplicate your efforts, and that can create incredible leverage in your business. So the comp plan pays weekly and monthly, which means we get paid often, 64 times per year. So every week, 52 times a year, and then monthly, once a month. That's an additional 12 times per year. So 64 pay periods in the Purium compensation plan, which is really amazing. And they have lifestyle bonuses up to $10,000 a month. They have bonus pools. They have check matching, where when you sponsor another partner and you assist them in achieving success, you can also share in their profit. So this really fosters a collaborative environment. And I really appreciate that coming from the corporate side. There was a lot of competition. There was not a lot of collaboration, even though it was talked about. But this is truly aligned with a collaborative environment, and it incentivizes us to collaborate with one another. So we like to say, if you're a lone wolf, it probably won't work well for you. But if you're one that loves working in a team environment, if you love helping others succeed as a way for you to succeed, this is absolutely a business model where you can thrive in. And so, Sandra, do you want to add anything to the compensation plan part of this opportunity?
Yeah, no, I love that we all get to win, right? We all get to win. We work together And like you said, the 8 layers of compensation. And I mean, I can say my experience so far, this is the best team. This is the best team to be on because we've got Eric as our leader, as our mentor, learning from him, learning from other brand partners, and even collaborating with other brand partners. It's not like we're in competition with each other, right? We get to rise together, and do it together and feel supported at the same time and not feel alone. Because, there are times where you are fearful of certain things, right? We know we get to feel the fear and do it anyway. Going out, talking to people, networking, having tables, and this is something that makes it a lot easier when you have that running mate that's there with you and say, you know what, let's do it together. And that's what I truly, truly love. I love working together as a part of a team. We all get to win. There's no yours is better, mine is better. All get to win because we make it what we want it to be. And so why not do it together?
It reminds me of an old African proverb that says, if you want to go fast, go alone, but if you want to go far, you go together. And that's what we do. We have such a genuine a culture on our team, and one that fosters collaboration. So, Sandra, upcoming in just a few weeks now, you will be attending your very first Purium annual convention. We're going to be going out to California, to Anaheim, and spending a few days out there. I know you just got your
I just got
plane tickets today and you're super excited.
That's
What are
it.
you looking forward to most about this convention?
Oh my God, there's a lot of things. Well, number one, the connection with a lot of other brand partners that I've seen on our trip. That's another thing, the training calls that we have. Like every single night, there's a call that you can join, whether it's product knowledge, whether it's running your business, whether hearing testimonials. So I've seen so many people across the nation and Canada and even outside. And so I'm looking forward to meeting a lot of those people that I've only seen here through Zoom or through social media, and others that have been supportive to me who've reached out to me and said, "Oh my God, Sandra, I can't wait to see you," or vice versa. So that's one. Second, of course, learning, right? Being there in the mix, like really being in person and learning, whatever I can soak up in those few days, being someone who's just learning all of this now and really soaking it all in. So love that. um the amazing dinner that they're gonna supply they're gonna have
Yeah,
for.
we just got the menu, so it is a wonderful, I mean, mouth-watering menu of organic foods that include or incorporate our products in them as well, which is amazing because our superfoods are just that. They're foods that are super. And
Yeah.
so they can be consumed and included in recipes. And that's one of the highlights for me is that Saturday evening gala where we get dressed up and really celebrate as a global community, and just celebrate this mission that we're on, and really celebrate each other. So I'm just really looking forward to that.
I am too. And one last thing, Eric, I think too, for me, what I'm excited about is, meeting some of the top leaders, getting inspired. I mean, I'm already inspired and excited about where my business will be going. But, when you actually get to these conventions, because I've been to other conventions with different things. I did Mary Kay many years ago, and you really get hyped up and you get the inspiration even more because you look at them and you're like, you know what? If they can do it, I can too. We all
Yes.
put our pants on the same way, our shirts on the same way. If they can do it, I can do it too. So it really just enlightens it a little bit more, and it just really gives you more of that inspiration and excitement to come back and be like, yes, I can do this. I can do this too. I can leave my job of, this many year 21 years I've been at my day job, and the ultimate goal is that I get to do this business full time. You've done it. You've been doing it for 13 years. So that means I can do it too. So I know that convention is just going to be that extra, like icing on the cake that's going to give me that even more inspiration and commitment, and yeah, just going for it.
Yeah, I remember my first convention, and it's where the pieces came together. I feel like my vision expanded after that first convention, and ever since I've gone to every single Purium convention, and I always come back with a renewed spirit, a larger vision, and just a focus. And so I'm really looking forward to, in fact, this convention, the title of it is Renew. I think
Is
that's very appropriate because, I'm certainly looking to renew my commitment to this mission and my business as well. And so I'm looking forward to spending time, with people like you and so many others as I look back on my 13-year journey now. And this is hard to believe. I have to pinch myself and is this real? Well over 100,000 people have joined my organization, many as customers. They love the product. Some are raving fans. They've been using the product consistently for much of that time. Others have decided to join the mission. They've decided to become affiliates with us, brand partners, brand ambassadors, and promote this mission. Whether they're in the holistic field or wellness practitioners, or they're just people who have gotten great results and they're excited and they want to share with others. But regardless, this is an incredible opportunity, and especially where we are now. We're in challenging times, and that's no secret. And many Americans and Canadians and people around the world are struggling to make ends meet, and they're looking for opportunities. They're looking for ways to close that income gap. And so, what better time to look at a direct marketing opportunity, an opportunity to expand your reach, expand your network of contacts, to reach more people, to inspire more people, to share the gift of health and opportunity with more people. And so we're putting a call out. If I had the megaphone, I would be on it right now. We're putting a loud call out for anyone who is passionate about health and wellness. Certainly, if you're a practitioner, absolutely, this is a no-brainer. But anyone who's passionate about health and wellness, who's looking to stay committed and help others do the same, please, please, we urge you to take an immediate look at this opportunity and ask for the details. We wish we could share it all with you tonight. There's just too much to share, so please reach out to us and we'll be happy to share all the details. Now, one place they can get more information about our ultimate lifestyle transformation is at one of our superfood socials, and we have one coming up in just a few days. Sandra, you want to share about that?
Yes, please. Anyone who's in the local area here in the South Florida area on Saturday, June 7th at Zen Mystery in Dania Beach, we're going to be having our Superfood Social. It's from 4 to 5:30. It's an opportunity for you to come, number one, try the foods for yourself, that they're amazing and taste great. Learn a little bit more about the products. Also, here's some testimonials of how it's changed other people's lives. The last one we had was amazing. We had so many testimonials at that last one. The last one we did a month ago, and people were just really raving about it. And it's an opportunity to mingle and see what this community could look like for you if it's something that you feel called to. We're looking for those who are hungry, who are committed, who are ready to make a change. We need your light. We need you to come out here and scream at the rooftops, right? How this amazing product can help you, help your clients, overall live a happy, healthier lifestyle. So check us out. There is an Eventbrite link that we can share here as well on Facebook and on YouTube, where that way you can reserve your spot. It's free for anybody, so you can come and bring your family, bring your friends, bring the kids. It's friendly for everybody. And if it's not something for you, share it. Like this, share it, tell somebody else about it. Maybe it will help change their life. So we'd love to see you this Saturday, June 7th at Zen Mystery, Dania Beach at 4 p.m. Eastern. So hope to see you
And
there.
we're going to have some incredible giveaways for
Oh,
people.
yes, that's right.
Yeah, we are going
Let's
to
do
be
it.
undumping the truck, so to speak. So if you want to win, we had so many winners last time, and we're going to have a lot more this time as well.
To
So
win it.
yeah, so they're a lot of fun. Superfood socials are such great opportunities to connect with more in the community and to learn how we share the benefits of this lifestyle and how we build this business. So if you're like to learn more, please join us. on Saturday and at any of our upcoming future events. Anything you want to say in closing, Sandra?
No, just thank you so much, Eric, for the opportunity to come on here and just share my story. And I hope that, if it even just impacts one person or, someone now is maybe interested in learning a little bit more, maybe just trying the products out yourself, then I'm happy with that. So, contact us, put something in the comments that you'd love to connect with us or come to one of our local events here, or continue to follow us here on Facebook, on Instagram. We're constantly going live and sharing this as well with everybody else. So we'd love to see you. That's pretty much all I have.
Thank you so much, Sandra, for sharing your story with us and for being my partner. I could
Uh,
not ask for a better partner, and I truly appreciate the opportunity to work with you and so many others. On that note, thank you so much for watching, and we look forward to supporting you on your health journey. And if you're interested in joining our mission, supporting you in that endeavor as well. Have a great evening, everyone, and
Night,
thanks for
everyone.
watching.
Thanks, Eric.
Thank
Bye
you.
for now.